Hi, it's Erik, and it's time for the video conversation this week. I know the state fair has started, so hopefully I'll have a chance to see some of you out there as I attend next week. And also I want to mention I had a great opportunity to visit a lot of small businesses and different employers this week, talking about some of the healthcare agenda items that I'm advancing on tax reform and healthcare reform, with a lot of positive feedback, which has been great. And also one of the highlights for the week was attending the Beyond the Yellow Ribbon ceremony that was welcoming North Community Hennepin College in Brooklyn Park to the Beyond the Yellow Ribbon program, making sure there are adequate and appropriate and future resources available for our military families and veterans who serve and are deployed. Minnesota is the top state in the entire country that has been recognized for advancing this program that other states are now using themselves. But now we're going to get to the questions, and actually the first comes in by email. It comes in from Ryan in Plymouth, who writes in, "Dear Representative Paulson, I'm writing to thank you for your work in 2013 on the establishment of the National Park Service's 100th Anniversary Commemorative Coin Act during the 113th Congress. Your support of this act strongly supports our great national parks and maintains their health for the future. As a Boy Scout working toward his Life Scout rank and Eagle Next, I truly appreciate your work for our national parks. Sincerely, Ryan." Actually, Ryan, thanks for sharing those thoughts. Many of you may know or be aware now that we have just celebrated the 100th birthday of our national parks, going back from the original legislation was signed into law, advanced by President Roosevelt, dedicating land being set aside to preserve and protect these really important generational crown jewels that a lot of families use for vacationing and sportsmen use, and having a great opportunity to preserve and protect great monuments around the country for a long period of time. We've just celebrated the 100th birthday. The Coin Act that I did pass makes sure that there's additional funds that go to our national parks. I'm also a big supporter of the Antiquities Act, which allows administrations to set aside this type of land and preserve it for future generations. I know my family's enjoyed it, and I know many of yours have as well. All right, the next question actually comes in also by email from Cynthia in Champlin, who writes in, "Congressman Paulson, millions of people with severe allergies carry EpiPens to reverse life-threatening allergic reactions. With this price increase, many EMTs and families are turning to manual syringes as a cheaper alternative, though doctors and patient advocates warn that it's more complicated to get the correct dose of epinephrine and administer safely with a syringe. Some families will be forced to hang on to expired EpiPens, or worse, go without entirely. This is very concerning. Sincerely, Cynthia. Thanks for your attention." Actually, Cynthia, thanks for raising your attention on this. As many of you know, you've been following this issue in the news recently, and as co-chair of the House Medical Technology Caucus, I'm a big believer in advancing innovation for new drugs, new therapies, our biologics, pharmaceuticals, etc., which are absolutely critical to making sure we've got these life-improving and life-saving technologies available in the market. I am a firm believer that through that increased innovation and competition, it's a price check. And as we know, we've seen recently with the company Mylan that administers or it sells the EpiPen drug, we've seen those prices go up. I sent a letter earlier to the company, earlier this week, expressing the same concerns I've heard from a lot of Minnesotans about the price increases recently. Thankfully, the company has taken some action now to actually bring costs down, but I do think also I'm going to continue to push for the FDA to make sure we have a streamlined and productive review process for generic drug applications, because that's also contributed to about a 50-month backlog in generic applications. And generic medicines are a big opportunity and component of making sure we've got a price check with more competition in the market. So I want to thank everyone for sharing your thoughts, your ideas, and your concerns this week. Continue to reach out anytime, of course, on Facebook, on Instagram, or on Twitter, or on the website at paulson.house.gov.